from NBC News. This is Today with Kathy Lee Gifford and Hoda Kotb from Studio 1A in Rockefeller Plaza.
How much information is too much information? Sharing certain things with certain friends is one thing, but with the help of reality TV and social media, it seems like nothing is off limits anymore.
So how can we stop ourselves from oversharing? Deborah Shigley is a career coach and author of the Go Getter Girls Guide, and Linda Fears is the editor-in-chief of Family Circle magazine. Hello, ladies.
Welcome back.
It can be really risky when you put too much information out there, right?
It is, and I think because of reality TV, because of this shift in culture that we've seen now, people want to give the play-by-play. They don't have the verbal filter to keep something closer to the vest.
Why do they think people want to hear it? That's the question.
Exactly.
Right? Why are they so self-absorbed that they think it's interesting to other people?
Because they don't think before they speak. So now, especially with online, the first thing that pops in your head, you end up sharing. And remember, especially on a place like Facebook, you know, there might be a small core of your friends
who get it.
Who maybe you're speaking to, but a lot of people have friends who are acquaintances or friends of friends who they've never met before, so whatever you say is going to a very wide audience.
I think reality TV has changed the game a little for people, because when you look on there and people are talking about, you know, their sex lives, the money, the this, the that, I mean, you feel like everything's sort of changed, and if you know, like, you're so different in real life. How has it affected us?
Well, I think what's interesting is that, look, I mean, life would be boring if we never talked about sex or money or relationships, but the problem is that there are things that are sacred, particularly in terms of a marriage, particularly in terms of pregnancy, that you want to share only with your close confidants, and you kind of cheapen it by sharing it with too many people, I think.
Because there's a difference between secret and sacred.
Right. Yes.
Today it seems like nothing is held sacred anymore. It's all, and I think we're losing a lot of what's really valuable in life if we don't hold certain things sacred.
I think it also cheapens it. If you have something that matters a lot to you and you share it with you and you go around the room, by the end of the day you sort of feel like you've lost its value, doesn't it?
Also, it shouldn't be used as a place to vent. So say you just had a huge fight with your husband, or, you know, you're mad at your friend, you know, you shouldn't really broadcast that.
But where should you go with
your husband and to your friend?
Exactly.
I agree, to your husband or to your close confidants. And it's interesting because we think venting actually makes us feel better, but a lot of times with women, it can actually increase depression. It's this idea of
and it's going to absolutely add to your problems. So you're going to multiply them. One person's mad at you now, you're going to have thousands of them mad at you.
And what about a social circle? Because often when you, let's say you talk to a friend and then they're like, oh, he is a jerk, oh my gosh, and then you get all lathered up. Should you choose, you know, your people very wisely, I guess, when it comes to who you share with?
Yes, I'm also a believer in when in doubt, leave it out, because you just don't know if somebody knows somebody else or if they might be offended by a certain type of information when you're in mixed company. And I think another thing that's been lost is that you have to have other things to talk about besides just your personal life. I mean, you can shift the subject and talk about a play, a movie, the weather.
And some people don't go to plays, don't go to movies, only go to bars and only only hook up with people.
I think
that's their whole life worldview.
And it becomes very small. It becomes...
Sometimes when you meet a friend, a new friend, let's say you connect with, sometimes it's tempting. Look, let's be honest, you and I on our very first meeting, we didn't know each other. We blurted it all out. It was on the table day one.
You have no idea the stuff I didn't tell you. You know what I'm saying? However, she didn't tell me at all.
I mean, it's one-on-one and it's fine. And if you make a connection with somebody, I think that's okay. I think what we're talking about is, you know, a broader audience, and that could be problematic.
But you know, I'm looking back on what you're talking about, Hoda. That day was really about. There were things about family, but it was all. Nothing was something that your family wouldn't have wanted you to say.
Sure.
We both talked about having a divorce, but neither one of us talked about the intimacies of that divorce. So that's the difference. It's not the subject; it's the details.
It absolutely is the details. And to that point, you can kind of visualize, if you're telling a story about somebody else, visualize if that person is there. Would they be, you know, offended by what you're saying? Well, particularly when women get together and talk about their husbands or talk about something wrong with their sister. You want to keep those close relationships close to the vest, because they're the people, I mean, people, if you put your information out there, people are just wanting to destroy it and pick it apart. We see that on the reality TV shows. We see that with the celebrities.
Or they resend it or they retweet it, or, you know, then it becomes becomes kind of a game. But I worry about the kids because we all grew up, you know, and we were taught and we knew what was polite to say out loud. And, you know, you watch Downton Abbey and, like, nothing was okay to say out loud. You know, and it's like that compared to Jersey Shores. Look what's happened
But they
to
actually
us.
found words, intelligent words to convey everything.
Well, exactly. But the kids now, you know, what they're used to and what they think is normal is saying absolutely anything.
Everything,
that comes to
yeah.
mind. So I think that parents have to work a little bit harder.
A lot harder.
Yeah.
A lot.
Okay.
Oh,
Thanks,
ladies.
ladies.
I'm thoroughly depressed.
Me too.
God bless this little one. All right. Up next, Sarah does the 2-step.